What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're hopping back into Standard, this time bringing with us another interesting deck, Garruk's Sacrificial Army, if I can say it properly. And as always, before we go and hop into the deck tech or deck breakdown, I would like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions for this video, future videos, or past videos. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It's free and it's a great way to get an update every time I drop a video, which is generally daily. Furthermore, if you want to help support the channel through a monetary means, you can hit the join button down below the video. It'll give you a list of perks you can acquire upon joining up. And last but not least, if you want to pick up some magic cards, you can head over to tcgplayer.com and use promo code NewDoctorSpilligan. Now, all that out of the way, let's hop into this deck tech or deck breakdown. Kicking us off, we have 3 copies of Spark Harvest, which is going to be really key in this deck because not only does it remove a creature or planeswalker from your opponent, but it allows you to sacrifice out a creature, and you're gonna need some sacrifice outlets. So 4 copies of Arboreal Grazer to try to help us ramp a little bit. And I will say this, I've gone back and forth on whether to use Grazer or Gilded Goose. Those of you don't know the card, which would be absolutely crazy, honestly, if you don't know this card by now. But Gilded Goose, 1 mana, basically generates you some mana, or it gives you life. You know, has multiple effects, but in general, it's a very great card. So if you have Gilded Goose, maybe try it out. If you don't, Arboreal Grazer is a great substitute, and it's common, and it's a card that you really don't mind sacrificing. We have 2 copies of Legion's End to get rid of some of our opponent's smaller creatures, such as Healer's Hawks or the cats, right? There's a lot of small creatures that are really annoying. A Johnny's Pride Mate, you know. Some of these low-cost creatures can actually be very useful. We have 3 copies of Orzhov Enforcer, which will end up afterlifing twice because we do have Teysa in the deck, so there's always that option, as well as having Death Touch makes her a great defender, a great attacker. Sure, she's only dealing 1 damage, but you know, she gets in over time. 3 copies of Priest of Forgotten Gods to allow us to sacrifice our creatures, make our opponent sacrifice a creature, deal 2 damage, draw a card, add 2 black mana. Just a whopper of a card as far as sacrifice decks go. So yeah, 3 copies of her. 4 copies of Cruel Celebrant, which reads, whenever Cruel Celebrant or another creature we control or planeswalkers dies, each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. Obviously, couple this with Teysa, and we're going to be dealing a whole lot of damage, gaining a whole bunch of life every time we sacrifice a creature, every time we, you know, lose a creature in combat or whatever it may be. 2 copies of Assassin's Trophy to hit the things that Spark Harvest can't, like artifacts, enchantments, that kind of assortment. 2 copies of Ministrant of Obligation, because this card is really good with Teysa, right? You get to Afterlife 2, and then the tokens that you create have Vigilance and Lifelink, so you have an army of flyers that heal you and have Vigilance, so they can also defend and chum block. 3 copies of Kai's Wrath, because we don't really mind so much destroying all of our creatures as long as we're making sure that our opponent doesn't have these huge boards that can just make our creatures obsolete. I've already been talking about her this entirety, so Teysa Karlov is in this deck as well. And I've got to say that the base inspiration for this deck came from Teysa and Garruk, like the combination of them, right? Create 2/2 black-green wolf. Whenever the creature dies, put a loyalty counter on Garruk. So if you couple that, if you just take away the first 2 wolves with having Teysa down, you're going to gain 4 loyalty counters, right? Which is going to put your Garruk up to a 9, which means you can essentially do your 6, get an emblem, and do your 3 and destroy a target creature. Obviously, you probably wouldn't want to do that. You probably want to make more wolves, but you get what I'm saying, right? Off of the first set of wolves, you can get so many loyalty counters on your Garruk and then do so much with that. So it's just a cool little combination, if you will. 2 copies of Sir Conrad the Grim, because he has a very similar effect to Cruel Celebrant, except it's whenever another creature dies. Any creature, their creature, your creature, doesn't matter. So, or is put into the graveyard. So if they're milling you, I guess you get that fringe additional damage, right? Moving us down, we have 2 copies of Moldervine Reclamation, going to allow us to gain life and draw cards off of every time our creatures die. And again, gaining the mana with Priest. And granted, it's going to be a little bit difficult because people are going to be removing her. And I've thought about putting in cards to negate that removal, such as Unholy Indenture. I think it's Unholy Indenture, something like that. Kaya's Ghost Form is another one. I've certainly thought about putting cards like that in, and if you want to go with a less control route and more fun route, you can certainly remove cards like I would probably go with like a Spark Harvest and then maybe a Legion's End or something like that, maybe a Kaya's Wrath. But then you can play that kind of stuff and have it to where your creatures can come back and do all that fun stuff. But Moldervine, you know, with Priest isn't going to be too expensive, right? And it allows you to draw a card, and coupled with Teysa, you draw 2 cards, you gain 2 life. You see where this deck goes, right? Anyways, last but not, well, we have Garruk, but I've sort of already talked about him in this deck. So last but not least, in our deck tech, we have Liliana, which you know, obviously goes well in any of these decks. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. Coupled with Teysa, we're gonna be drawing 2 cards. Fantastic. Be sure not to mill yourself. Can create zombie tokens, which you can then sacrifice. Can make your opponent sacrifice creatures, and then ultimately has the -9, which is essentially win the game, right? So yeah, that's gonna do it for the deck tech or deck breakdown. Again, we're trying to have fun here today, so yeah, let's hop right into it. Mitosis RS, gonna be our first foe for today. Yeah, sure. It seems fine. It's not over the top fantastic, but also sorry if you can hear the truck rumbling by or if the dogs bark, because you know it's very early whenever I get up and do these videos, so there's people bustling about, going to work, doing their thing, which is you know, it's nice to hear that I'm not the only person awake. Yeah, I'll keep a Priest. I really wanted to see more land, but like a Priest gives us mana if she can survive, and granted our opponent is playing Liliana, which is scary card indeed. We're not gonna play Priest yet. This is gonna be so annoying because I want to play them all. I think we lead with an Orzhov Enforcer though. So to check the field, see if they have any removal with the Enforcer. I think the order, the combination order that we want to go here. This is not going to be a fun match for us. Oh boy, they're getting a lot of mana very quickly. Okay, so there's no need to shock that in because we don't have any like 1 mana cost. So, although ideally we'll draw another mana next turn, or if we do that. Okay, so I'm gonna play Priest this turn on the hopes that come next turn we draw land. I suppose I could have attacked in there, right? They're not going to defend against Orzhov Enforcer, and every little point of damage counts, so that was certainly a mistake. If we lose the game by 1, well, you'll know why. That's a questing piece. Those are never fun, you know? Never a good day when you see one of those. But thankfully we do have Assassin's Trophy in hand, so if we can draw into a land, no, just Garruk. Okay, well that's gonna be reserved for that guy, right? Or girl. That beast. That mythical beast. That questing beast. Anyways, yeah, so I think that's it for our turn. We drew into a Garruk, which, you know, I'm not upset about necessarily. I would like to see a land. If we can hit a land and get some creatures down, we can actually get that Garruk down. Thanks to good old-fashioned Priest, am I right? Alright, so come on, questing beast, do your worst. And by that I mean, please get removed. Hopefully this goes through. It does indeed. Fantastic. Of course, I guess they don't really... Oh yeah, they do. They have Go to Goose. I was going to say they don't really have mana for something like a Frilled Mystic, but they certainly do. They certainly do. So... anyways, they are down to 2 cards in hand. Any way to draw cards? No, that doesn't... Well, I mean, they have Leyline of Abundance, so they can always put counters. Hey, a land! Ha 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 ha. I feel like I'm really very immature sometimes. So what we're actually going to do is we're not going to sacrifice anything with Priest this turn, so long as she can survive. they plan on removing her in some way or removing her ability, then obviously we'll go ahead and use her just to get the effect in and get the card draw. But ideally, we're going to wait until next turn when all of our mana untaps, then use it, then get our Garruk down, right? Bridge this little bit of a mana gap we have. Obviously, they're not having too many problems with mana, but how much mana do they have? Beanstalk Giant. They're just a ramping right on up. That's okay. Garruk, I'm gonna need you down soon, buddy. Very soon. Thankfully, they have nothing to put a counter on there, so I think maybe they should have went for the Leyline, honestly. Before you go playing a Beanstalk, if you can afford it, which I think they could have, right? It costs 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they definitely could have afforded it. And then they're gonna tap everything and put the Beanstalk down. I mean, that's not bad, you know, per se. Per se, it's not bad. But what happens when I just get my Garruk down and remove that creature, you know? And obviously, when I make them sacrifice a creature, they will sacrifice one of their geese. And then I kill their Beanstalk. They're left with 3 creatures. Ooh, Spark Harvest. That's an even better way of going about this. So, oh, don't submit 0 chance. That's a terrible idea. We're gonna sacrifice these 2 lovely little ladies, which I suppose we should have attacked in with first, right? Because they're not gonna defend that. So again, that's like 3 points of damage now that I've missed, which actually could add up. Because instead of being at 12, they would be at 10, 9. Oh, I'm slipping. I'm honestly very slipping. We could also just go for the Moldervine this turn and then sacrifice one of these, kill that. Wouldn't be bad either. If we get Garruk down and just sacrifice, we do still have plenty. Okay, I'm gonna go with Garruk. I like that play better. And again, he is sort of the central focus for this. So get out of here, you Beanstalk Giant. No tax. Alright, so they sacrificed the goose, like I said. We got rid of the Beanstalk, like I said. They're going to proliferate nothing again because they're not using their Leyline, which is absurd. Gargos. Gargos isn't bad, but you really, like... you got to know your opponent's deck, you know? If you see me playing a sacrifice deck, maybe focus on building your small creatures, you know? I don't know. Maybe I know nothing. Alright, so they get to fight 1 creature. Let's see who they choose. Your Gargos is dying, but you get to go out with style. You're fighting the priest. Alright, I'm going to show you why that's a bad idea. Submit, submit. 1, 2. Alright, so that's both wolves gone. Garruk's going to gain some loyalty counters. They're going to have to sacrifice Gargos, which they were going to lose it anyway, so that's fine. Although we breed. We live and breed. Breed? Breeds. That's not the saying. We live and breathe off of this kind of stuff, right? This sacrifice. So we're perfectly fine. Are they? Not so much. And honestly, we did this number right here. Go ahead and get rid of their evolution sage too, right? Kill all their important creatures in 1 turn, minus the Risen Wraith, of course. But I don't want them to wake up and realize, okay, Mitosis RS gonna be taking a loss there. This deck just like batters you with the sacrifice, the death effects, right? And that's the point of it, so. Anyways, on into a game 2. Sinti? I think that's Sinti. I think the C would be silent, right? Ew. That's not a hand you ever want to see. Alright, well, let's get rid of that real quick. Sure. That's a bit of a far-fetch. If we do that, then we just have low-cost creatures in hand. We'll get rid of her. At least with the Kai's Wrath, if this goes south, right, then we might be able to redeem ourselves later. If I put back the Kai's Wrath and later on down the road they have a ton of creatures, I'm going to be kicking myself absolutely kicking myself. They're playing adventure creatures, so I feel like I made the right decision here, honestly. Honestly. So, Temple of Malady. Ooh. Ooh la la. Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that, because we can actually get that down on turn 3, right? I believe turn 3. Lucky Clover. So they're running the, you know, par for course on all this stuff. And yeah, we're ramping right along. Ramping. So Teysa is nice to see. Now if we can just keep hitting the cards we exactly want when we want them, I would be a very happy man, to say the least. Really? Well, sure, I'll buy into it. I'll block. Think I should block with both of them? Maybe that's risky. We'll block with one. What do you got? What kind of shenanigans you got here? I know you're about to play something. +2/+2. Okay. Garen Brigg Carver. Well, honestly, I'd rather lose the Grazer, I think. Well, maybe not. Taking 5 points of damage to keep a creature that's potentially sacrificable in the future. Ooh, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of the Edgewall Innkeeper. Let's see if they got another one. Probably not. They would have played it right. But either way, let's get rid of that before they really get to start drawing some cards off of it. Sorry, Teysa, you're going to have to wait a turn. But it's not like she'd be very useful in our current state on the board anyway. So I have no problem with taking a turn to get that card out of here. Let's see what they have in hand. Giant Growth and Questing Beast. Questing Beast, certainly not going to be a fun one for next turn. How do we actually deal with this? We have no way of dealing with this. My oh my, we're going to be in trouble. We need a way to kill that Questing Beast. We're not quite there for Kaya's Wrath. As a matter of fact, we're 2 lands away from Kaya's Wrath. Maybe I should have, although Orzhov Enforcer wouldn't have been able to stop Questing Beast either, right? Alright, so here comes Questing Beast for sure, yeah. That's gonna happen. You got 4 mana, you got a Questing Beast? Yeah, okay, it's getting played. Teysa, you will hit the field, but boy oh boy. We're in trouble. We are in trouble for sure. They have a Questing Beast and they're about to Giant Growth the shit out of it, I'm assuming. No, they're saving the Giant Growth. Maybe they're saving it for lethal. Oh my goodness, I need some removal. I have so much in the deck and yet I'm not seeing it. Give me a Spark Harvest. Give me a Assassin's Trophy. Give me enough mana for Kaya's Wrath. Give me something. Give me liberty or give me death. Isn't that how it goes? I could be misquoting that. I have so many, like, how do I say this appropriately? So many quotes that are bits and pieces. Like, I didn't see the entire thing or I didn't hear the entire thing, but I heard a bit or a piece of it, and so that's what I know it from. But it's more of knowing the reference, like the pop culture reference to whatever it is, than knowing the actual source. Which makes me feel bad. Obviously, because it makes me appear to have more knowledge on subjects that I really don't. So we might be dead here. If we don't hit the right land next turn, we might very well be dead. Because that Questing Beast, like I said, it's such a card, such a fucking card. Literally, it's the only card we can't deal with, but you know, it's there. It is what it is. It exists. Very nice. I like your strategy here. Oh, thank the heavens. Thank the heavens. You know, it's half funny, half sad. Okay, so 2 black, 2 white. So we really need either one here. By the time we got enough, or the correct mana for Kaya's Wrath, we had the mana for Garruk. Now, obviously, I'm going to throw down a Garruk instead of Kaya's Wrath, because I ain't trying to remove my Teysa. I got another option, and I do indeed, right here. Get out of here, Questing Beast. You're not welcome. Nor are they welcome to draw another copy of Questing Beast, as a matter of fact, because we, like, can we even defend against it? No? Like, I don't think so. So please, oh please, don't have another one. Okay. Whew. Whew. We know they have another one in the deck. They have to. That's the thing that worries me, is we don't have an instant speed spell to really deal with that. We don't have anything that can defend against it. Hell, even Garruk's Wolves can't defend against it. That card is so ridiculous, right? Like, if you don't play something that at least has 3 power, sorry. I guess you're fucked. Which I have no idea why that card needs so much text, you know? Death Touch, Vigilance, can't be blocked. Throw in the whole charade. Okay, so they're planning on using Giant Growth to cap my Teysa. I don't like that. But it's either lose Teysa or lose Garruk, right? And hell, we have a Kaya's Wrath, so I'd rather lose Teysa. Because realistically, we're going to lose her in the future anyways. Yeah. Yeah, by all means, do it. Let's get that combat trick out of the way. Rather know I'm taking it than it be a surprise, so. We'll get down to creatures. Garruk will survive. And our Kaya's Wrath is going to be used more than likely on these big-ass beanstalk giants. That enters tab, you go down, you create 2 more little creatures.
We were born for the hunt.
And yeah, we might as well attack. I mean, hell, them having a questing beast or not is pretty much the end of this game, right? Oh, land, we got lucky. Ha ha ha. This is a big old beanstalk giant. If they keep a card on top, I'm gonna be very scared. Okay, goes to the bottom. Fantastic. I think we both know what they're looking for. You know? It's just a matter of if they find it. Although, Kaya's Wrath, how much damage we're gonna deal here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Ah. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. If we get a Teysa and we Kaya's Wrath, that will be lethal. For sure. Right? Because it would be 18 damage instead of 16, because we'd also have the Teysa that dies. So, no questing beast. Please, no questing beast. Alright, obviously they don't have it if they're playing the Beanstalk Giant. Fantastic. I feel oh no, they scribed 1 to the top. I was gonna say I feel a weight off my chest every time they don't hit a questing beast, but them scrying 1 to the top really actually scares the living shit out of me. Although, why would they try and kill Garruk so heavily this turn if they had something, right? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, so we're gonna gain 2 life, which is fantastic, right? Because it means that questing beasts can no longer kill us. Woo-hoo-hoo, out of the danger zone. And yeah, Garruk, you're just gonna keep making an army for me because I don't see any reason why not to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. Ah, we're so close. So close. Also, if we Kaya's Wrath right now, that's gonna be non-health we gain, so that's pretty awesome. Questing beasts can no longer kill us. I'm feeling good. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried. And by a little, I mean like very, very much so. Also, I'm sorry. I'm shaking my whole desk. I have my feet like propped up on the underside of the desk, so whenever I get to bouncing and getting excited, which I oftentimes do. Now let's be reasonable here. There's no reason, there's no need to be so rash as to swing in everything such as you are. You think they have some way to give their creatures trample at instant speed, maybe? +2/+2? I don't know. That's not it. Is there a way to give your creature trample at instant speed? There's gotta be, right? Maybe it's in red. Yeah, maybe in red. Certainly not in green, though, right? Instant speed trample in green? I don't think that exists. I may be wrong, but I've scoured the cards many, many a times. one doesn't come to mind. No, okay, let me correct that. An efficient one doesn't come to mind. But then again, hey, they're playing fucking Garenbrig Carver, so maybe they have a style of deck in mind. Hey, look at that. We're gonna get a Garruk emblem down. Wow, that really sucks for you. That's GG. Yeah, game 2 being picked up. Garruk, you beautiful fucking Huntsman, you. I was gonna call him a burly beast, but he's not a burly beast. His wolves, those are some burly beasts. He himself, I like to think he would be a gentleman if, you know, if given the right opportunity. Anyways, we're gonna go and hop into a game 3 here. Nando KPS, gonna be our third and final float for the day. Sure. Sure. Seems fine, seems dandy. Kinda wish this was some form of a green mana, like maybe green black shock land, not gonna lie, so we could, you know, play this, maybe draw a third land, fourth land, so on and so forth. You understand where I'm coming from here. But you know, I'll take it. It'll do. Another thing you may want to keep in mind whilst pondering. Oh, there's the Overgrown Tomb I was talking about. Well then. Guy's wrap. Cool. I don't know if it really matters when we use Fabled Passage. Like, I always see people skipping turns and they're like, alright, I'll use it on your turn. But like, realistically, what does it matter? At least on turn 1, you know, maybe later on, but on turn 1, what does it matter? I'll do it, but I don't necessarily agree with it. We definitely want to Assassin's Trophy that Drowned Secrets, right? But we could probably take one more turn at it, so that's fine. You're gonna enter tapped. Okay. I didn't know what we were waiting on there. They didn't have any mana available, and we didn't have anything available to play, so. Temple of Silence. Ministrant of Obligation. Do I want that? I'm at 4 mana. Black, 1 white. I don't have mana for Kai's Wrath. You know, yeah, I'll take it because I have the Priest. And I'll play the Priest this turn. And we'll hope. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's always that too. I was gonna say we'll hope that they don't have a quench, and they didn't. So that's fantastic. That's, you know, that's there. Obviously, we need to kill their Drowned Secrets. I've let it go on for too long. They've removed too many cards of which I cared about. I cannot allow this to progress any further. You've taken away my Liliana. I saw her flashing in a glimpse. See? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, I swear. Alright, I get it. You're trying to mill me. Asshole. So, I'm gonna do this. Oh, they don't have anything to play at instant speed, do they? Nothing proc there. They may now. They may now. Is it better to play Legion's End or Cruel Celebrant? Ah, we'll Legion's End them. Let's see what you got in hand. Time Wipe. Ooh. Okay, and a Plains. Alrighty. Well, we know that Time Wipe's coming down, so. Hiya! And a Witching Well. 1 top, 1 bottom. Not generally what you want to see. Alright, so we need some more land if we're going to get down that Sir Conrad. But, hey, at least we saw their board wipe and didn't play into it, right? Didn't play our Cruel Celebrant and then them actually kill everything we had. So, we can always use Spark Harvest and kill their Cavalier of Gales this turn if we wanna. If we want to Fanta. We'll see. We'll see. How many cards do we have left? 37? That's plenty to work with. Hey. You motherfucker. I wanted that land and the Assassin's Trophy, actually. And then you're gonna draw me a Garruk. A fucking pipe dream of all things. You son of a bitch. Alright, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna feel great about it, okay? I'm really not. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because we need something, right? We need some lands. Need some lands. Por favor. Don't counter this. Okay. Okay. Don't counter this. I smell a... Okay. Whew. Maybe they're not playing counter spells. Maybe this is the blue player that I can relate to. They're not about counter spells. They're about milling. They don't give a shit about countering my stuff. That's probably not true. Time wipe. Woohoo! I gotta say, this is a very, very annoying deck to play against. I don't really mind. Oh my goodness. I don't really mind too much for them doing all this because I'm in a pretty good mood today. You know, I'm not all that salty. But yeah, man, this is really annoying. We're down to 26. I will have to give them compliments, I guess. Give them the respect they deserve. This is a very interesting deck they have. Shut up, Foam. You always seem to chime in at the worst time. It's like it's insulting me. Kicking me while I'm down. Ashiod too. Oh my goodness. Well, bye-bye, deck. Bye-bye, library, graveyard, everything I ever loved and cherished. And then I draw into a Cruel Celebrant. I'm going to say good game. I'm going to give them this. I like your deck, and I also hate it, Nando. Okay? Just so we have a mutual understanding. I have a love-hate relationship with what just happened to my deck. Anyways, that's going to do it for the games today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like down below. As always, I'll see you either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.